In this video, we're going to look at Lincoln Riley's offense at USC and their GT Counter this year. One of his favorite runs from when he was at Oklahoma, and obviously ran it second most behind inside zone this past year in his first year at USC. But we'll take a look at a lot of different sets they do it in, a few different ways they do it, some motions, and the different fronts and ways that people have tried to attack it and stop it and all that stuff. We'll dive right in, looking first at 10 personnel, then we'll go to 21 personnel, then we'll look at 20 personnel at the end with all the different variations. But when we talk about GT, the G comes from the guard pulling, T comes from the tackle pulling. So right there, if you're just talking about basic rules, if you start from the front side, so if you're running GT that direction, play side tackle is going to have inside gap to backside linebacker, guard inside gap to backside linebacker. Center is going to check first element backside. Right there, could possibly double if you had an A-gap player front side and we're worried about 5 ticks to the backside, or you're going to read that guy. But typically they're going to block first element backside with the center. Backside guard is going to pull to kick. Backside tackle is going to pull to lead on the front side linebacker. So right here on this look, if everything was perfect, that tackle is probably going to walk up. If with this A-gap player, probably going to walk straight to that backer right there. Inside gap block there. Center's going to be back on that down lineman. Pull to kick, pull to lead on that linebacker, and read that defensive end. Right here on this look, get a little bit of motion here from USC. They eliminate this man-to-man, takes him that direction. So right here we'll take a look at it. They bring him in motion. Obviously you see it's man-to-man. He's rolling back, he's rolling down. All that, really not that big a deal. They're just right there taking one for one, move him away, hopefully eliminate that outside backer, make the defense communicate. So right there, little fly motion, maybe you get linebackers' eyes and all that stuff, but they do a pretty good job. They're not worried about that. They see these pullers and they step up. They do a good job keeping their eyes where they're supposed to be. Right, if you're looking at the down lineman, stepping in here, there's the center going back. There are the pullers coming around. Here's the defensive end that's going to try to box. He's contained, so he's going to try to force this back in. Guard's pulling. He's going to kick with his play side shoulder. Backside tackle's pulling, wrapping around, making everything right. Really trying to get to that front side linebacker would be his man, but really you're not going to pass up anybody in opposite color jersey. Right there, it all works out. But right here, if we're looking at it, they actually get a double team right there on that A-gap player. He tries to hold his ground. Guard steps in. They get a good double. They're working right there. So right there, good job doubling. Even though that linebacker slid over the top of it, that front side tackle came off and got a body on him. Right here, if you're looking at the backfield action, obviously you have the fly motion, all that stuff, trying to slow these guys down. Quarterback's reading this backside C-gap player. Ball is snapped. You can see the running back turns his shoulders laterally, and then he's going to stick his foot in the ground and go vertically if he can. If they box that thing, if he would have squeezed the wrong shoulder, that he's just going to roll straight through the C-gap, and he's going to be exploding right there. But right here, as you can see, these linebackers do a pretty good job. They feel over the top. And with that being said, they got a body on a body. They even got a body on that backside linebacker. Once you see it crease vertical, hit it, and that's what they do right there. Play with momentum, run through an arm tackle, getting an explosive play right there on GT against Notre Dame with a little bit of fly motion there as well. Here's the look right here against Oregon State, and kind of shows why I really like this play. It's a mix kind of zone right here with the front side. They're basically zoning that direction, and you've got a couple guys pulling around to kind of clean everything up. Oregon State did a great job moving around, all that stuff made it hard on them. If you're looking at it pre-snap, if he's in the C-gap, we're probably saying, hey, he's going to be down, possibly double there to that backside. He's going to be first on the backside there. Hopefully kick, lead right there. We'll read this wide end over here to the field. But as it's played, you see not everything works like you would think. And right here, they get a little bit of a twist. He goes out. He ends up twisting back to the inside. They do a great job. They actually get a bit of a double right there. He actually goes to the outside C-gap. And there's that guard. He actually picks up the defensive end. So right here, if you're looking at it, pre-snap, there'd be no way that you'd say, hey, this is what's about to happen. But obviously with that twist, they end up picking it up. And these pullers, they're just going to make whatever happens right. All right, so center's backside, still reading backside C with the quarterback. These pullers, as you see, he thought he was going to kick that defensive end. He actually disappeared. Now he's all the way in there, probably to the A-gap. So right here, just play with violence, run through anybody that shows up. He ends up getting a piece of that guy. Backside tackle just wraps around, gets a piece right there. Right here, as he's pulling, they get lucky because this guy fits on the outside. They actually get a piece of all of them. This backside guard gets lucky because he fits on the outside. If he would have fit right through that gap, it would have been an issue. But right here, they kind of clean everything up. This backer somewhat runs himself out of the play, runs through a C-gap. They got two guys in that C-gap, which he's probably supposed to fit that, thinking that this guy's going to be a B-gap player, but he gets spit all the way to the C-gap. Two guys running right there. He runs himself out there at linebacker, and that backside tackle fills in right there for that the backside linebacker right here, which obviously they thought they were going to work to with the front side tackle or guard right there, but he's just making it right. And of course, the running back turns his shoulders, slow to it, lets everybody get in front. Everybody's just cleaning up whoever shows up with an opposite color jersey, and right there, hitting that thing again with momentum, creating an explosive play right there against Oregon State. Right here's a look. USC running GT to the left. Arizona State actually walked the guy down here to the edge. So now you got a defensive end. You got this linebacker. Both of them standing in the C gap. Obviously, one of them's got to be a big gap player. So right here, this tackle does a great job understanding that. They've got a walk down guy right here. He's probably slant to the B gap. Slow down a little bit. Once he tries to get to that B gap, get that strong outside arm. Put him into that gap. Not great there as far as his base falling off, but right there, good job understanding what was about to happen. So right here, understand there's an extra guy here. He's probably going to be a big gap player. Slow down and watch him as far as he wants to go right there. So this guard right here, he's probably going to be this down lineman, first down lineman backside. He's going to pull. He walked down. He's now the C gap player. There's our kick. And now we'll just lead up to that backside linebacker. So right there, good job. They got a body on a body. Kick. Try to get your front side shoulder on him right there. Kick him out. And then here's this puller. Square pull from the backside, knowing that he's going to that backside linebacker now with that look. Boom, right there, get a body on him. And again, running back playing downhill. A little bit more downhill right here with his track. Not sure if he knew that just based off the alignment or how they want to do that when they want to get downhill. But right here, more downhill track. And on this look right here, they actually pull the center. He pulls the kick. And now they're going to eliminate that backside 3 tech or 2 tech right there, not having him block all the way back. So right here, center pulls. They take care of all those down linemen. There's a kick. There's the lead right there to the mic. They're kicked by the center. Tackles up right there, gets a piece of them. And again, playing with momentum downhill there from the running back spot, creating an explosive play, finishing a good strong run right there, getting an extra 2 or 3 yards at the end of it. Have this play on here because it's a really good play here by the defensive end. If you're just looking at the GT, they're running it to the right. And obviously right here, we're running it against the 2 tech on that side, so he's going to block there. First down on the backside, he's going to work through that to the backside linebacker. Pulled a kick, pulled a lead right there. Should have everybody taken care of with the backside read of the C gap there by the quarterback. So, whereas this play, you see, pretty good right there. You might get a piece on him up to that linebacker. Center's first down lineman backside, pulled a kick, pulled a lead. DN right here, 91, does an awesome job. Really athletic play. He's squeezing this, sees this puller coming, and he just dips right here and he rips past that guy. Now he's in the backfield, makes the play for a negative play. Really impressive play there by the defensive end. Obviously, you'd like to get a body on that guy before you can get that momentum and can rip. But right there, wasn't able to make that happen. And obviously right here, really good play defensively by 91 for Utah. But you can see why they were trying to run GT to that wide defensive end. There is a bubble, but obviously Utah was able to make the play right here for a negative play. Started looking at a couple variations out of 21 personnel. Right here, the first one we see is early in the year against Rice. You get a tail motion here, which really doesn't do anything for him. It actually gets him negative here on the backside. All he does is bump out here. He bumps in. They're probably thinking this is going to be man-to-man, and he should run with them. But right here, it just gives him an extra defender here. Really doesn't matter in the long run of it, though. But as you're looking at it, right here from the center, front side, these guys are going to have inside gap to backside linebacker, nearest linebacker. He ends up leading off the edge, pulled a kick, whatever's in the C gap, pulled a lead right there. So right here as you play it, you can see there's the motion, doesn't do anything, he just bumps out, he bumps in. Now they're -1 over there on that front side, but it really doesn't matter. You can see great job right here. He had a 7 tech, possibly a 6 tech right there. Strong outside arm, get him into that gap. First down lineman backside, you're going to double there with that tackle and that guard there to the front side. Should be working vertical if they can. Here are the pullers. You can see first thing that shows up in the C gap, I'm going to hit it with the momentum. I'm going to be aggressive. Right there, there's the kick. There's the lead from the backside. He ends up actually blocking that front side linebacker, who's the first thing that shows up there in the C gap. Here's the backside tackle playing with urgency right there in violence. Run through whoever's face wants to show up. Right there, play side running back. Right here, again, he's going to arc just a little bit. I'm going to kick whatever shows up. Happens to be outside back or widens out a little bit. Gets just enough of, not just a devastating block, but puts a body on him. And right here, short yardage, running back getting downhill, knowing that there's probably going to be a little contact. Not a great job there by Dye. He falls in, tries to make the play, but with playing with momentum, playing downhill, getting a lot of bodies front side, he's able to run through that contact right there, get into the end zone for a touchdown. This is a set here that USC ran quite a bit in this UCLA game. Seemed like they really struggled to align to it. Tight end's a little bit wider than normal. There's a fullback. He's inserted right there. 2 receivers away from it. and they ran GT to the tight end fullback quite a bit. So right here, if you're looking at it, we'll just start right here with the center. That's a long way to go. You ain't got to go right now with that nose. You can probably get a hand on him. We can get back to that guy late if he squeezes down hard. So right there, don't worry about just leaving. Get a hand. He'll end up getting to you. If not, leave him out there. But right here, as you can see, he actually gets both hands on him. Now he's there to the backside, knowing that he can get to that late, how wide that 5 technique was. Obviously, the quarterback could read that guy as well. You can just stay on that double team with that look. But again, now you're going to have these guys basically double there to the backside. You got the guard and the tackle. Fullback, he down blocked in this set. And then this tight end end up releasing out wide. Somebody's got to be manned up with them right there. Everybody softens up thinking that it could possibly be a pass or something along those lines. So right there, get an extra body there front side. Now here's the pullers. Who's the C-gap player now? There's really nobody other than possibly this linebacker falling down to that C-gap. So right there, C-gap player, boom, kick. There's the lead. They already worked up, as you can see, with that guard to the backside linebacker. And right here, they ended up leaving the nose. So kind of a miscommunication here. Either should have stayed on and had that guy just doubled to that guy and let the quarterback read there, or not worry about getting off to that 5 technique. But right here, both of them leave the nose. Really doesn't end up hurting him because he's so far out of the play. There's the kick. There's the lead from the backside tackle, just trying to find somebody in a blue jersey and moving them. But right there, you can see down block there from that fullback. Everybody's getting on that track, treating them like zone. Outside releasing there with the tight end. Now you're getting 2 big bodies playing with momentum, playing with violence, getting downhill. Good strong run there by USC. Right here you can draw up exactly what you think is going to happen, and obviously things kind of go wrong. It's football. Stuff happens, but right here if you're looking at this set with this front, you're thinking, hey, we're going to work these 2. We're going to be responsible for these 2. He's going to down block right there. They're going to double there to the backside linebacker. He's going to wrap around. He's going to base right here. Backside guard's going to wrap around. Probably whoever shows up first, whether it's a linebacker or this safety just rolling down. And this tackle's going to pull around and take whoever is left. But here, obviously, we'll watch it, see what takes place. A little bit of a slant right there. He's taking him. Center does a good job playing slow, getting back here. Quarterback's got to take care of this blitz backside. Also, stepping in right here. Slant just a little bit that direction. Get the double. Slow down. You're getting to that backside linebacker. You're not noticing a chase right there. You've got pullers coming. But right here, this tackle, he's a little antsy, and he tries to go front side. Trips up. He should be strong. And you see he's lunging right here instead of taking steps. He's just hopping. And obviously he's hopping right there, gets stepped on, tripped, and all that stuff. So now he's down. But right there, if he's stepping with violence into his crotch and then working to the backside right there with his eyes there, should be fine. But he ends up falling down. So front side linebacker and this safety are the guys that are free, probably for the pullers. There's the kick. And right here, he does a good job of stalemating right there at the line of scrimmage. And his backside tackle is a little bit tight as far as this pull. You want to give it a little bit more room right there so you don't get caught up in something like this. He gets caught up, gets tripped. Now he's behind the running back. He should be flying right there to take that safety or anybody that shows up kind of getting off of a block or something like that. But gets tripped up. Now that running back is one-on-one with the safety, which is not bad. But obviously with the numbers that you looked at right here pre-snap, you'd think this would be one of those things where he might walk into the end zone if you can get that tackle up to that safety. But right here getting tripped up. Now there's an unblocked safety, and they're able to get him on the ground for a pretty decent gain. But right there, pre-snap, the numbers looked really good. And you would think that right here, this is going to be an explosive play if they can just do their job and not have a couple guys get tripped up or fall on the ground, whatever it is, to keep them from getting a body on a body. Right here, same set, getting close to the goal line. And right here, you can just turn into a zone. So right here, just got my inside gap. And right here, obviously, he's going to be that gap. Got my inside gap. He's going to try to shoot that C gap, get a body on body. There's our read right there. Hopefully we can create a wall so that he can't fly down. If they really haven't understood as far as the scheme and know that GT's coming, he can squeeze right there, take the back, and he can take the quarterback with the numbers that they have. But right there, he's going vertical. It's man-to-man right there towards the goal line. He's going to take somebody with him right there. There are the pullers. Now, obviously, if you stopped at pre-snap, you're saying if we can do a good job not getting penetration here, he'll pull for that linebacker, and somebody will be scraping over the top. He'll pull to clean up whatever's going on. But right here, a little bit of penetration. Good job here by this outside linebacker. He's throwing him right there instead of being strong with his outside hand, watching him down in that gap. He does a pretty poor job. He cuts off penetration, but he should be working that strong left arm, try to get him inside gap. But these pullers, they know, hey, if somebody shows up unblocked in the wrong color jersey, we're going to maul that cat. So right there, they just start mauling this defensive end. They leave this linebacker unblocked. And 22 right here, he knows if you've seen the end zone right here and you stopped it, you're saying, hey, you got to find a way to get in. Any good running back at USC is going to get into the end zone right there. Outruns 4, corner gets off. Tight end didn't do a very good job. He ran him off and then he just kind of let him off. Doesn't really understand what's going on right here. He lets him get outside. He should be working outside shoulder, make him go in. But right there, that he knows that, hey, it's going to be an unblocked guy there at the corner spot, which right there, any corner is probably not going to be able to stop a running back before he gets in the end zone with that look. But could do a better job there at that tight end spot. But right there, obviously it's not perfect. Anytime you're down the goal line, things happen. People get off blocks, all that stuff. These guys are playing fast, playing violently, getting those extra pullers out there, extra big bodies. And right there, they're able to find a way to get into the end zone there for USC against UCLA. Now we're going to look at some two backs, some 20 personnel stuff when they get two backs in the backfield. It could be fullback. Right here, it's actually Mario Williams, one of their receivers, here in the backfield, making it look like he's a fullback. He ends up just arcing out right here to the front side. But again, GT, really similar to it would be in 10 personnel. Just now you're going to play with this back that's not getting the football. He can do a few different things. Where he ends up leading into the alley for whoever's rolling down right there. So lead to this defensive end, especially being wide. Everybody's inside gap to backside linebacker. Going to block backside there with a center. There's the kick, lead, right there with the guard and tackle. Right here you can see, right here with a wide defensive end and an A-gap player, you'd think a lot of times they're going to squeeze this and try to wrong arm it, make this thing bounce, and get a safety down that alley to make something happen. So right there he arcs, right there the front side fullback. Here comes the guard. This end does a great job right here. This is exactly what he's taught to do. Down block squeeze. You see a puller, get your wrong shoulder on that, make that bounce, make everything go around. And right there, tackle does a good job. Seeing that log by the guard, and he's just going to roll around for the front side linebacker right there through the C gap. So right here, you can see running back turns his shoulders, not quite as flat as they've had with some running backs in the past. Right here, just turns his shoulders. I'm just reading the C gap. If it squeezes, I'm just going to keep rolling behind my tackle. And now I'm rolling into the C gap. Now it's in space. Mario Williams got all the way up, blocking that safety that's supposed to roll that alley right there. But again, squeeze it. Just roll into that C gap, take it to the alley player somehow, and now you're in space with one of your better players. Right here's a dream front run GT2. You got a wide defensive end out here, not sure what they're doing. You actually have a receiver here. He's going to just run out to the alley like they did earlier. Right here with this wide defensive end, going to make it really easy. Going to down block to the outside linebacker, down block right there, block back, kick, lead right there. They're just making it too easy for you right here with this GT. You can see the arc right there, trying to get him to widen. There's the kick, there's the lead. Now they're rolling right there. In the fourth quarter with about 2 minutes left on a 1st and 10, able to create a good play. Obviously led to a touchdown there on this drive. Right here, Oregon State just basically giving them that GT, explosive play if they want it. So they ended up taking it right there, getting a good kick, getting a lead, getting a body on that backside linebacker with that front side tackle. 15, 16 yards before they ever get touched. Here's an interesting look of this play against Utah, and they're actually in a 3-back set with this Addison and a couple of receivers. He's actually arcing around. They're running a bit of a screen right here that they could possibly pull it. Not sure what the read would be on that, but I'm going to have to look at that later. But again, looking at GT, boom there. They're going to basically block that A-gap player, the B-gap player, and the backside A-gap player. Leave the C-gap for the kick, lead. That guy's extra right there. He's going to work out. Hopefully these guys widen. If you get a squeeze and anything like that, probably a pull, chance to throw the screen. But right here, you can see they're going there. Not extremely hard squeeze here. If you're looking at these pullers going front side, getting a really good squeeze there by the defensive end. Not quite a wrong shoulder, but he squeezed that alley. You can see how this alley right here was squeezed by the defensive end. Really good job right here. And then he does a good job of creating a stalemate and making that alley to run through a little bit smaller than it typically is. But he plays fast, gets through the alley, falls forward for about 9 right here, which is pretty impressive with how well the defense played this play. Obviously, you can see outside, if you do get this pull read, you have a good chance to flip it out there to Addison, get the ball in space and see what happens right there for next close play. But right there, GT had that 3-back set with a bit of a screen RPO off of it. Right for Rice, pretty tight 3 front right here. You got a tight 4, possibly a 4-eye. So right here, you're going to probably work that guy into that inside gap, block the nose, block back right there, read there for the quarterback. So right here, running GT that direction, he's going to lead right there for that backer. He's blocking C-gap, which this linebacker right here is going to be C-gap, kicking right there, pulling the lead for that backside linebacker right there. So right here, good job, strong left arm, try to get him into that gap. And as you can see, as soon as the ball snapped, there goes the running back. He's arcing right there, getting extra body right there, trying to kick. Good job. Probably try to get that outside shoulder on him a little bit more. As you can see, this guard does a really good job. He's flowing around, being violent, gets a body on him, puts his face mask on him, and there's the backside tackle who's working around for this backside linebacker as well. So kick, lead, playing downhill on a 2nd and 2. Again, first quarter early in the season in the first game, and right here playing with a little bit of violence, playing with some momentum downhill, and that's what winning football is. Being able to run the football, fall forward, and impose your will on the other team, which is what GT's able to do right here. Another beautiful play right here with the fullback backside. He's just going to take care of the C-gap, so it's not a quarterback pull. They end up taking these 3 down linemen, and so instead of getting this double or anything, they basically base it here up front, base to take care of these 3. These pullers are going to play with violence to this linebacker, to that linebacker, and we're just going to absolutely maul people. Whoever shows up in an opposite color jersey, we're going to absolutely smoke them. So right here, downhill, no read for the quarterback. You can see a lot of big bodies moving, playing violently, playing with momentum, imposing your will, and running back squirts through there before he ever gets touched. He's 10 yards deep. Right there, good job here by the O-line. It's absolutely dominating everything. Obviously, nothing's perfect. You can look around, you got some guys that are falling down, all that stuff, but people are playing violently, playing fast, and not questioning what's going on right there. So really good football play here. Good job by the USC O-line, just taking care of a body for a body, and those pullers pulling around, getting downhill, making people at least jump out of the way if they're not trying to get mollywopped there by a bigger body. Let's look here. This fullback treats it almost like it's inside zone. He's just going to work up, blocking the backside C, so now it eliminates the read for the quarterback. They end up basing here on the front side, it looks like. You got a defensive end who the tag's going to take. Guard's going to be down right there. Center's going to be back. Pull to kick whoever's C-gap. Right here you can see this linebacker stepping in extremely hard. Try to get your front side shoulder. Gets just enough of them right there to keep him from being able to fold in. Unlike what they did with that play against Utah. But right there, get a piece of them. Now we're folding up right there for that play side linebacker. And if you're looking outside at the single receiver, take most dangerous. You have a safety roll in the alley right here. Corner's backing up, so take most dangerous. Steps in, gets a piece of this safety, and body on a body right here. This is exactly what they were drawing up on Sundays whenever they were in the meeting of how they want to run this GT with that fullback to the backside. So right here, they take care of everybody, body on a body. Now we got a corner trying to fit in, and obviously he's not as good as that safety at tackling or fitting in. So right there, 22 explosive play there for USC against UCLA. This look right here, they actually have their tight end fullback type guy here in the backfield. So not a receiver. They're running GT that direction. So one thing that you can do instead of reading this backside C, just have that guy take care of the backside C. Whether he's crossing right here, doing whatever, just hey, you're taking care of the backside C when we call GT this direction. But anyway, so right here, if we're looking at front side, probably going to be there. Guard's going to be there. And then right here, you just got 2 A-gap players. He's going to work, try to be strong, work up to the backside, pull to kick, hopefully, pull to lead right there. We'll see how the defense plays it. Right here, they must have a little bit of a game going on. They feel like this tackle is going to work that B-gap. That's what happens right there. So they get a little bit of a slant to the fullback right there, possibly thinking power or something along those lines. So they get a slant to the fullback. He slows down here at this left tackle spot. Watch that guy as far as you want to go. So right there, the 3 linemen front side are going to take the 3 down right here. And right there, just watch them as far as they'll go. Pull to kick. Who's the C-gap player right there? That linebacker stepping down. Boom, kick. Lead up to that middle linebacker. And now they're rolling. So not a great job. We have obviously an unblocked guy here. The backside A-gap player. Not great here by the center. Gets spun. You can see with his feet what's going on here. He's just sliding instead of stepping and being strong with that inside hand and all that. Now he just gets pushed back and bullied. But right there, they were able to play fast enough to run past that guy. But right here, you can see a little bit of a slant to that fullback. Here's the fullback stepping down, blocking the backside C, taking care of that for the quarterback. Kick, lead, there by the guard and tackle. Now you're in space, making a guy miss. Fall forward for an explosive play there for USC.